Hey there, hope you're doing well today and having a great week thus far, wherever you're located. This video, I'm going to do a couple different videos. Um, this one's making my stomach turn, but I can see the way, the reason, still. Let me explain instead of sitting here in the energy. There was a post that I saw today on my Facebook page. And you have to understand that the universe, life, if you're connected to it, and especially if you're asking it questions or if you're looking for validation, you're looking to see if your manifestations are manifesting in the physical, or life is just speaking to you. If you're aware of those things, then you understand that posts, people, music, even the downloads you're getting, whether that's a song you're hearing, whether that's a straight download, and a straight download can come in different forms. There have been downloads that I have gotten where it has put me in a total comatose, where I am frozen, I cannot move. I can feel and see the information that's coming into me, but I have no way of processing it. It is beyond my human consciousness. That was in the beginning when I would get those. There are other downloads where you feel like you're like spacing out for a second. That could be a couple of things. One, you projected your consciousness to a different dimension and you're working with someone, or you're receiving a download and therefore your consciousness is grabbing it and bringing it into your being, for understanding, for processing. But anyway, the universe or life is communicating with you, is if you're tapped in, if you are integrated with life, with the universe, with greater self, with all of it, then you understand that you're working together. It is a relationship that you have with life. Now, your relationship you have with life depends on your perspective, but it also depends on others' free will. So this is where people get, in my opinion, it's a little bit of a misinformation somewhat, is you think that everything is a mirror and that it's mirroring back to you. There are two sides to the mirror game. Mirror game is one, yes, someone is reflecting back to you what's inside of you that needs to adjust or change. That's one way of looking at the mirror. You're seeing yourself. The other is that because we have free will, because there are other beings out there who have free will, they're not mirroring back to you what's in you. They are projecting. That's a reverse mirror. That's not, that's more of a narcissist mirroring game, because they're going to make you believe there's something wrong with you. And then they're going to play that game with you. And they're going to call it the mirror. So you have to be very mindful and careful about what game or what you're seeing when it comes to mirroring, okay? But my point of this message today for this particular video is, I guess it is along the lines of the mirror game. I want people to really understand, if you can, if you are a high vibrational, you are a light being, you are a God individual. Hold on one second. I'm going to pause. Sorry, I wanted to keep that post up and my computer turned off. If you are a God-centered, faith-based individual, and you at some level, if you've gotten there, know that you came here from heaven, from the higher realm, with God, and you came here to do something great, to something big, a mission. If you are unclear on your purpose or your mission yet, that's okay. Ask to be shown or seen that and have that downloaded into you. Mine was downloaded into me very clearly, very clearly. Gosh, years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. And it became who I am. Like, it was burned into me. There was no denying it. And I've seen glimpses, images, like a movie of what I'm capable of doing, why I'm here, what I am going to do, and how I'm going to do it. So it's only a matter of time before that occurs. But some things have to be in place, which gets me back to the universe and to life. When you are about to step into your true purpose, if you are one of the individuals who is here for the new way, the new earth, you're here to usher that in, then you are probably starting to align with or bring in individuals who are also on that same trajectory, the same pathway, that are here to work with you, to help you. So that has been occurring for me. That happened last night. But, and the understanding of their place in my life, and you'll find that as well. But I want to put in perspective what we are about to go up against here in the material realm. Because now the battle, the fight between God energies or God and godless energies is starting to really ramp up in the material plane. And the post that I saw today, and I'm going to read a little bit of it, and then I'm going to, well, I'll just read it first. The post was, before you call yourself a prophet, do you know that the prophet Isaiah was cut in half for the gospel we are enjoying today? And it goes into the other apostles, Jesus being one of, he died on the cross. Matthew suffered martyrdom, was killed by a sword. Mark was dragged by a horse in the streets until dead. Luke was hanged in Greece. John was boiled in oil. Peter was crucified upside down. James was thrown over a 100-foot wall down the temple. Bartholomew was flayed to death by a whip. Andrew was crucified. Thomas was stabbed. Jude was killed with arrows. Matthias was stoned to death. These are the people that followed Jesus and died horrible deaths to try to help people, godless people, animalistic, evil people, because of their faith, because they believed in Jesus and those teachings. That's what you're up against. That's why when God showed me from above, hey, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go down there and you're going to help those people. I said, no, I'm not. Because of that. I said, that's suicide mission. You know how many times I've died? How many lives? You know what happens when you come down in this cesspool of hell? As a light in the dark? They swarm on you. They attack you. Brutally. In all ways. And they kill you. Every single time. So the question keeps coming up, why? Why save humanity? Every time one of us comes down to help and try to steer it in a different direction, they lose their life. Why bother? Sorry. Why not let them kill themselves? I didn't understand years ago on seeing that. I didn't see a solution. How are you going to fight a fight when you're outnumbered? Thousands, tens of thousands. And these people, they'll turn on you in a heartbeat. They'll form demonstrations against you, then riots, shootings, murders, plane crashes, and then they'll attack. Mob style. That's what we're up against. Those of you that are from the same place as me, that came here to help, that have been silent and dormant, waiting, because I told God there is no way. There is absolutely no way I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do miracles in front of these people, because I know exactly what happens. I become a martyr. They'll kill me. Jealousy, envy, wanting it. It's a suicide mission. The things that they did. But let me tell you what. It's not going to be like that this time. We learned our lesson. All of them did, and they're all here. And that lesson is, I'm not your martyr, I'm not your victim. You're not going to treat me like that. There's no freaking way I'm going to let you put me on a fucking cross. If anything, I'll put your ass on a fucking cross. Is that harsh? Is what they did acceptable? Is what they do to good people acceptable? These energies don't give two shits about you. In fact, if you show them love and compassion and any sympathy, especially a narcissistic, a godless energy, they look at that as a weakness and an endpoint, and they are going to attack. You have to stand up and be centered in God. This time is going to be totally different. I said to God, the only way I will go out there and do what you want me to do is, number one, if I can prove it, and number two, I can protect myself, because I am not going to die for you or these fucking people. I learned that lesson amongst many others. We ain't doing that shit again. Absolutely not. It's not worth it. But it's different. Reason being is going through those experiences and reliving them, healing them, understanding them, and then understanding why. Why did they do that? Why do they think that way? What is the root of the problem? Where did narcissistic beliefs come from? I want to go into that mind. I want to know my enemy. If I know my enemy and I can get into that mind, I can get into that energy, as dark and as evil as it is, I can change it. I can change it within me to reflect and create change outside of me. And those energies that choose to be in that energy, I will recognize and practice discernment, which is what Jesus missed. Practice discernment. Say, you know what? I understand you're my Judah. I know you're going to kill me. I see it. I see the visions. I see the future. I see your energy. I'm out. And you get out. No explanation needed. You think I'm going to stick around if somebody is going to purposely murder me because of who I am? No. Absolutely not. The difference this time versus all the other times that this has been attempted is that we didn't take the battle, the war, to earth, to the material plane, to the streets. The battle was fought where it started, in the ethers, in the beginning, in the greater mind, which is the beginning of everything. And once that battle was won, then it was taken to the astral realm. That battle was won. Now we're in the material realm. And what's coming is a battle with these energies. These godless, animalistic, primal, survival, unconscious energies who will do anything to stop you. Anything. They'll use every single system against you. Some people are already experiencing this. I went through a lot of it. And it was tough. But next steps. Is coming out and doing miracles and changing everything. Changing belief systems in people. Changing systems in everything. Changing the way people do things, how they interact with each other. And instead of being just one, because what we realize is that you cannot do this alone. You'll lose your life. And you can't even do it in small numbers. And coming together, again, as a divine masculine and a divine feminine, who are getting close to reuniting and starting this new earth, that will send out the ripple. That wavelength will hit individuals who are ready and who pick up that frequency, that download, and they will come. And what will be one, will be two, will be 4, 8, and then it will multiply. And then at that point, these energies that seek to destroy you, that seek to kill you, that seek to take from you, that are godless, they will be insignificant. The way to defeat a narcissist is to completely detach from it and treat it like it is what it is, which is nothing. To starve it. Because its main goal is to siphon and take your energy because it needs it. A godless, void, empty shell energy needs someone who is of God, of faith, needs their energy to survive. These are the energies that you are dealing with. And then once they realize they are not getting any energy, a couple of things are going to happen. One, they're going to go ballistic. They're going to try everything in their power to get that energy back, including violence. That's their main go-to, which is coming, create fear, because that energy actually feeds them and feeds the ego. But there is a way. There is always a way. I want you to understand that for every action they perform, there is another action that we perform, which they didn't see coming or expect that we would have the power and the ability to not only defend, but also to attack back. So that's what we're up against. And let me preface this. Jesus, Messiah, the apostles, who are all here, who are all getting ready to step forward, they have no mercy for these individuals. This is the lion. The lion says, you are who you are, you did what you did, here's the proof, now you will pay. You will reap what you have sown, you will pay your karma, you will pay your karmic debt. Are these energies pure love? Yes. They also understand righteousness and that people must be held accountable. Energies must be held accountable for their actions. A predator, a pedophile, a murderer must be held accountable at every level and every dimension. And you cannot feel sympathy or empathy for them, because then you get roped right back into their game. I think people have this misnotion, or I don't know if that's a word, that the Messiah is going to come back and it's all going to be peace and love. Sorry, it's not. It's not going to be that way, because they don't give a shit about your peace and love. This is a battle. This is war. On every level. Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. You think you're just going to stand there when you're being mobbed by a group and sing kumbaya and peace and love and you're going to win? How did that work out for Jesus? How did that work out for the apostles? That's the lessons that they learned. No, it doesn't work. Stand up for yourself, defend yourself, work in numbers. Take back your power. Use your gifts. Understand your enemy, because they are your enemies. And I don't give a shit what label they have. Mother, father, sister, brother, daughter, son, husband, wife. I've seen it all. This time, the presence of God in self will be known, will be seen. We'll conquer this time. Jesus is not happy. The apostles are not happy. God is not happy. Hear that? We've never forgotten what they've done. We're not happy about what they did. You killed some of the most beautiful beings in the universe because of greed, envy, ignorance, the need to dominate, power. You killed God's chosen who were trying to help you. And you don't think there's going to be retribution for that? A lot of people don't think so. But every single person, every single entity, every single business, every single corporation, every single government, everything on this planet has been judged. And now, what you're about to see is that judgment that was done on high in spiritual court, the highest court in the land. Your laws and your shit doesn't matter here. You're going to see that execution of the punishment being played out. People, places, things, all of it is judged. Worthy or unworthy. That's why a lot of things are crumbling in your life, are falling away, or losing, because they're not in alignment with the greatest aspect of you, which came here to do a job, a mission, a purpose. And you can't take that baggage with you. Get prepared. This is not going to be easy. The pushback, the negativity, the hurt, the pain. It's coming. For some of you, you're experiencing it already, but you're going to see it on a global. These are going to be great times that we live in. It's also going to be detrimental for a lot as well. But anyway, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for your support and your love. And let me know if you have any questions.